The harsh truth is that we're all going to die someday. So how do we create a life with actual meaning? Die with Zero will teach you how to have rich experiences and spend your limited time wisely so you can live with no regrets. Let's have a productive life. Chapter 1. Optimize your life. We start with the foundation of his philosophy, optimizing your life. Perkins argues that the ultimate goal is to maximize positive life experiences rather than hoarding wealth for an uncertain future. He reminds us that life is finite, and it's the moments we create, not the money we save, that provide lasting fulfillment. He highlights how many people fall into the trap of delaying joy, believing they'll enjoy life later, only to find that later never comes. One of the standout quotes from this chapter is, "Maximize your positive life experiences." It's a call to action, encouraging us to prioritize living fully. Perkins also says, we all want to do much more than survive. We want to really live. Think about that. Are your current choices helping you live, or are they simply helping you survive? In this chapter, Perkins challenges the traditional mindset of accumulating wealth as the ultimate life goal. Instead, he urges us to shift our focus to intentional living, seizing opportunities for joy and connection while we can. This doesn't mean being reckless with finances, but rather ensuring that our money is used as a tool to enhance our lives. To apply this idea, start by reflecting on how you allocate your time and money. Are you investing in experiences that matter to you? Next, identify opportunities to enjoy life now. Whether it's planning a meaningful trip, spending time with loved ones, or pursuing a hobby you've put off. Finally, track your spending and ensure it aligns with creating these fulfilling experiences. Remember, the goal is to live intentionally, not to wait endlessly for someday. Please don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Thank you. Chapter 2. Invest in experiences. Perkins dives deeper into the idea of valuing experiences over material possessions. He explains that experiences provide a kind of compound interest in the form of memories and personal growth. Unlike material things, which depreciate over time, memories often become more valuable and cherished as we age. This chapter emphasizes that experiences are the true wealth of life. Perkins says, memories are the only things that increase in value as time passes, and invest in experiences because they are the real wealth of life. These quotes remind us that while money may buy comfort, it's experiences that bring lasting happiness and meaning. Perkins argues that by prioritizing experiences, we shape who we are. A trip with friends, for example, becomes a story you revisit, a bond you deepen, and a memory that brightens your life for years to come. Material possessions, on the other hand, rarely offer the same long-term satisfaction. So how can you act on this? Start by planning vacations or activities that will create lasting memories with your loved ones. Whether it's a weekend getaway or a simple picnic, these moments add richness to life. Document these experiences in journals, scrapbooks, or photos to relive and savor them later. Finally, allocate a portion of your budget specifically for experiential spending. When you look back, it's these moments, not the things you owned, that will define your life. Chapter 3. Why die with zero? Perkins poses the central question of the book. Why die with zero? He argues that unused wealth at the end of life represents missed opportunities to live fully. The goal isn't to run out of money recklessly, but to balance spending, so you maximize your experiences while avoiding financial insecurity. He puts it bluntly, your life is the sum of your experiences, and if you die with money left unspent, it means you failed to get the most out of your life. These words challenge us to rethink how we measure success. Instead of viewing wealth as an endpoint, we should see it as a means to create a fulfilling life. The message here is clear. Life's most precious resources are time and health, and both are non-renewable. Perkins urges us to align our financial choices with our life stages, spending more when our health and energy are at their peak, and saving less for times when our capacity to enjoy may be limited. To put this into action, conduct a wealth timeline exercise. Map out your expected life stages and consider when spending money will provide the greatest joy or utility. Next, revisit your financial goals. Are they too focused on accumulation rather than enjoyment? Lastly, consider discussing your inheritance strategy with loved ones. Instead of leaving a large sum after your death, think about how you can gift money earlier when it can have the most impact. This way, you live fully, and your wealth creates value during your lifetime. Chapter 4. How to spend your money without hitting zero before you die. Perkins emphasizes the importance of thoughtful financial planning. He introduces strategies that ensure you can enjoy your wealth while avoiding insecurity. Life is unpredictable, so it's all about finding balance between spending and saving, between the present and the future. One of the most memorable ideas from this chapter is, it's not about running out of money, it's about running out of time. It reminds us that time is a finite resource, and aligning our spending with our lifespan is critical. Another key quote is, spend wisely, not fearfully, which encourages us to let go of fear-based hoarding and embrace intentional spending. Perkins outlines how to plan consumption and savings in a way that aligns with your health, lifespan, and personal goals. For instance, he points out that spending on travel or physical experiences makes more sense when you're younger and healthier, rather than waiting until you might not have the energy to enjoy them. To make this actionable, consider using financial tools like annuities to create a steady income stream for later years. Consulting a financial advisor can help you develop a plan that accounts for both health and longevity. Also, don't let your spending plan sit untouched for years. Life circumstances change, so revisit it regularly to adjust as needed. The goal is to enjoy your wealth during the times when it will bring you the most joy. Chapter 5. What about the kids? Should you save your money to leave them a large inheritance? His answer is clear. Early financial gifts are far more impactful than a lump sum at the end of your life. Giving to your children while they're young and at key life stages, such as buying a home or starting a family, helps them build their own wealth and stability. It's a thoughtful shift in the traditional way many parents think about their legacy. One of Perkins' most powerful insights is, give when your money can make the biggest difference. He adds, a legacy isn't just about money, it's about values. These quotes highlight that financial support is about more than just wealth. It's about helping your kids thrive while also teaching them responsibility. To maximize the impact of your gifts, Perkins suggests a practical and proactive approach. Consider providing financial support during major life milestones, such as education or buying a first home. But don't stop there. Engage your children in conversations about financial literacy and long-term planning. This helps ensure that your gifts empower them rather than creating dependency. If you're concerned about structure, tools like trust funds or scheduled gifts can strike a balance between generosity and discipline. The takeaway here is clear. Don't wait until it's too late. Help your kids when your resources can genuinely transform their lives, and use the opportunity to instill the values you hold dear. Chapter 6. Balance your life. Perkins emphasizes that life requires constant juggling between work, play, and rest. Many of us overcommit to work, believing that future wealth will compensate for today's sacrifices. But this often leads to missing out on the joys of life, especially when we fail to recognize that time and health are fleeting. One of Perkins' key ideas is work for a purpose, not just for a paycheck. He also reminds us, balance is the key to maximizing fulfillment. These quotes underline the importance of aligning your work with your larger life goals rather than letting it dominate your time and energy. Perkins argues that understanding your peak periods, when you have the most energy, health, and ability, is crucial. This knowledge helps guide your resource allocation. For instance, you might prioritize career growth in your peak years, but also make space for meaningful relationships and passions. Without balance, Even financial success can feel hollow. To create this balance, set clear boundaries for work. Ensure that personal time, whether for family, hobbies, or relaxation, is non-negotiable. Regularly evaluate your life's balance to identify areas that need adjustment. If your job allows, explore flexible work options that align with your personal and family goals. Remember, wealth is only valuable if it enhances the quality of your life, and balance is what makes that possible. Chapter 7. Start to time bucket your life. This is a powerful way to organize your life and ensure you're prioritizing what matters most. Life is divided into stages, and each stage offers unique opportunities and constraints. Time bucketing is about identifying these stages and allocating specific experiences or goals to each one. For example, the things you can do in your 20s, like backpacking through remote regions, might not be feasible or appealing in your 60s. As Perkins puts it, every phase of life has its own set of adventures and possibilities. The beauty of time bucketing is that it helps you avoid regret. Perkins emphasizes this with another insightful quote: "Time bucketing prevents regrets by focusing on the now. By defining clear goals for each life stage, you're less likely to miss out on experiences that are tied to specific windows of opportunity, like pursuing a physical challenge or starting a family." To bring this concept to life, Perkins suggests creating a timeline of your life. Think about the experiences and achievements you want to prioritize in each phase. Review and adjust these buckets periodically. Life is dynamic, and your goals will evolve. For long-term aspirations, set specific deadlines to ensure you stay on track. Time bucketing isn't just a planning tool. It's a mindset shift that keeps you focused on living intentionally and making the most of each stage of life. Chapter 8. Know your peak. Perkins explains that your peak periods, those years when you have the most energy, health, and earning potential, are critical for maximizing life's opportunities. These are the times when you're best equipped physically and mentally to take on ambitious projects, adventurous experiences, or challenging goals. Recognizing and leveraging these peak years is essential to living fully. A key takeaway from this chapter is, your peak years are when you can achieve the most. Don't waste them. Perkins also reminds us to align your experiences with the energy and ability you have today. This means that you shouldn't delay activities that rely on your physical or cognitive vitality, because those abilities naturally decline over time. Perkins uses examples like adventure travel or high-energy career goals to illustrate this idea. Activities like hiking Machu Picchu or running a marathon are best pursued during your peak years, when your body can handle the demands. Similarly, if your career ambitions require long hours or extensive travel, it makes sense to tackle those challenges while you have the stamina and drive. To put this into action, start by evaluating your current energy and health levels to identify where you are in your peak years. Then, schedule high-energy activities or goals accordingly, prioritizing experiences that require sharpness and vigor. And most importantly, resist the urge to delay these plans. Those windows of opportunity won't stay open forever. This chapter is a reminder that your peak isn't just a phase to acknowledge. It's a time to act with intention and purpose. Please don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Thank you. Chapter 9. Be bold, not foolish. Perkins explores the essential balance between boldness and wisdom. He argues that taking calculated risks is crucial for living a full and meaningful life. Without boldness, we often fall into the trap of staying within our comfort zones, which can lead to missed opportunities and unfulfilled potential. As Perkins puts it, a life without risks is a life not fully lived. However, he's also careful to point out that boldness must be tempered with wisdom. He says, boldness requires the courage to fail and the wisdom to avoid foolishness. The chapter focuses on overcoming fear, one of the biggest barriers to bold action. Whether it's pursuing a dream career, embarking on a challenging adventure, or even making a major life change, fear and uncertainty can hold us back. Perkins acknowledges these feelings but encourages us to manage risks wisely instead of letting them paralyze us. Bold action doesn't mean recklessness. It's about carefully evaluating the potential risks and benefits and then taking steps forward with courage and intention. So, how can you apply this to your own life? Start by identifying areas where fear is holding you back. Maybe you've been delaying a big decision or avoiding a challenge that excites you. Take small steps to move toward that bold action, gaining confidence as you go. Be intentional about weighing the risks and benefits of your choices. And remember, failure isn't the end. It's often a stepping stone to future success. By embracing boldness with a calculated approach, you can achieve more and live without regret. Chapter 10. Conclusion. An impossible task, a worthy goal. The philosophy of dying with zero is presented as an ideal, a goal to strive for, even if it's never perfectly achieved. At its core, this concept is about living intentionally and maximizing life experiences. It's not just about hitting a perfect balance, it's about embracing the journey and the choices that enrich our lives. Perkins sums it up beautifully. It's not about perfection, it's about living fully. Even if we don't hit zero at the end of our lives, striving for this goal ensures we won't live with regrets. As he puts it, even if you don't hit zero, you'll live a life with no regrets. This idea is both liberating and motivating. It reminds us to take control of our time, resources, and priorities to craft a meaningful life. To bring this philosophy into your own life, reflect on how the principles from the book apply to your current stage. What experiences or goals align most with your values right now? Set clear, experience-driven goals to guide your decisions. And perhaps most importantly, commit to revisiting your life plan regularly. Life changes, and so will your priorities. By consistently aligning your choices with the philosophy of dying with zero, you can ensure that you're living intentionally and making the most of every moment.